The following video is about a comment that was left on my channel. I had my fifis hurt. I'm going to deconstruct this first by showing you that it's a formulatic cut and paste where someone put in what they needed to make it look personalized, and then did exactly what's expected. There's ignoring trolls, deleting trolls, feeding trolls, and then there's learning what trolling is. Those of you out there who don't know about it, the comment section on YouTube, like most comment sections on the internet, is a place where you'll easily get horrible experiences. I filter people out who provide no value to anybody who would read their comment. I don't do this very often, and I don't block people, although I've had to for a while to get them to shut up, and then they come by and still once every year to see if they can get a comment to post. One specific one this week. But anyway, this one is not one of them, but this is a person who claimed to be Iranian hacker OU812 or something like that. Not a hacker, probably not Iranian, and probably not OU812. So, I'm going to read it back, but I'm going to read it editing out the exact subject matter to show you that it's a formula. Bro, no one cares about what you're doing in this video. Why you making videos about the subject in the video? No joke. I think you should stop doing what is talked about or being involved in what's talked about in the video. Go off and do some other thing. Like, go learn something or do something. Go touch grass. One of those variations. Another one, which is actually slightly out of order. I don't know, but this ain't healthy for you. Maybe you could go and then insert very unhealthy thing to do. You can let your imaginations run wild if you want to decode this. Why is this a cut and paste? Why is this a formula? The video was a video about Rust Legacy, wikis for it, a cross-reference for you to look them up, and also a cross-reference to resources for Rust Legacy players. Obviously, someone cares about the subject matter. He showed up. Now I'm going to read the actual commentary. It's still the same formula, slightly different order. Bro, no one cares about this stuff. That's literally formulatic anyway, but I decided to say the subject matter that are in the video. Why are you making videos about the wiki of Rust Legacy? The reason I'm saying this is formulatic is this is a person looking at the title and typing in whatever will fit. No joke, I think you should stop playing video games. And then the alternative thing is go learn to program or do 3D modeling. Now the reason I'm saying this is formulatic is if the person has any knowledge of what they're doing, if they're trying to get under your skin, they're going to listen to you state that, oh yeah, I've done 3D modeling, video gaming, and video game editing and written programs. If I didn't say it in the video, I said it on other YouTube videos. The person's stating, why don't you go do something? I obviously did. The reason for that is, so I'll say that. I bet I can get him to say something. I'll just say he didn't do it when I know he did. I think I actually mentioned this in the video, but it doesn't matter. The idea here is to get a reaction. Maybe you could go sell drugs. Or maybe you could go kill yourself. I don't know, but this ain't healthy for you, dude. He put that in the wrong order. Apparently you got your template, your script slightly sideways. So I said, I did learn to program and do 3D modeling, and I also have made video games. Not necessarily anything anybody's going to care about. These are just experiments on my part. Is something, and then of course, have you made any content lately? Because the channel only has one video on it, and it's meh. Is something you found in my video about a wiki I'm planning on remaking bad, or was it just that it's Rust Legacy and you object to it? Instead of answering any of these questions, because that would be obedience to me or something. Remember, this is the person who's going to call themselves a Sigma or an Alpha or whatever. They can't do that. So the only response they're allowing themselves to do, because this is a game played by a troll with little pinky syndrome, is if I say, have you made any content lately? The response is, did you take your meds lately? Okay. Now, I want to point out a while ago, one of the more insulting and obnoxious things people would say when they were losing at a video game, specifically you watch them on YouTube, on Rust, it was a trend for over a year, was to say, you're weird, bro. Okay, you just lost a PvP fight in a video game that's absolutely mind-bendingly notorious. Rust, not Rust Legacy, just Rust. God help you if you're in Rust Legacy. You lost a PvP fight in a video game that's mind-bendingly notorious for people losing, even if they're good at video games, okay? It's tough playing that game sometimes. Other times it's easy. The first thing out of your mouth is, you're weird. That's the best you can come up with. Now, I want you to understand that a person that insults you in a way that really makes no sense, that's the worst insult you can give them. You have to be more creative than to say, well, you're weird too. You have to say, no, actually, you've lost the game. You're sitting there. I could pick you up, or I could not pick you up. I could do you in. And I'm muting you so that everyone hears what you're going to hear, even though you're yelling loudly so you don't hear it, because you can't stand it. That is the weirdest thing a person can say to a person when they lose a player versus player fair fight. You're weird. What the hell does that mean? Why would you even bother with that? And don't ever ask somebody, what does that mean? They're just going to act like they have some secret knowledge when they don't. Take your meds lately is another cut and paste type of response. Me saying, have you made any content lately? Isn't an insult. Now, I want to point out that a troll on the internet is going to treat any response as an opportunity to attack or an insult, or they're going to fake being insulted so they can come at you, bro. But me saying I did learn to program and I do 3D modeling and I make video games or alter them and make mods, which is extremely prosaic. Everybody does that. But the part that bothers this individual is I'm going to ask for constructive criticism instead of, learn to do something. He probably already heard me say I do. And maybe you could go do something self-harming. And this isn't healthy for you, dude. Why don't you go kill yourself, kind of thing. And then the part that bothered this person, probably the only reason they came by to respond, wasn't me saying, have you made content lately? So they said, have you taken meds lately? It's me saying, is there something you found that's bad in my video about a wiki I plan to remake, or is it just that it's Rust Legacy? Obviously, if someone's attacking you, if someone is attempting to hurt your feelings, they're not going to give you any information about what's going on. They see every bit of information, any bit of intel going to you as being bad for them because they want something out of this. Now, why am I acting like this? Why am I explaining this? If you look up this is a sad term, but we have a term in society and in sociology called ordinary sadism, where people, especially if they're anonymized on the internet, look for someone to poke at and piss off. They are abusive. They are predators. It's not a troll. This is a predator. Webchick, you're blowing this all out of... No, I'm not. This is a formulatic cut and paste response that someone's either memorized, God help me, I hope they didn't, or they cut and pasted it and then put in when they need to. And then to make it look more organic, they removed the carriage return to line feed, so it's one long string. And the only punctuation this person did was, and I'm personally insulted, is you didn't leave a space after the word lately. Or maybe I didn't. I have a habit of being really persnickety about, at the end of a sentence, if it's a question, making sure the question mark is separated. Because depending on what font you're looking at, it'll squeeze the question mark symbol up against it and make it hard to read. So that's what I'm going to pretend to be upset by. Now, I don't think this person's going to watch any more of my videos. And if they did look, they'd find a playlist, big one, a comparatively big one, of videos I've made on the subject of Rust and Rust Legacy, the game. And that's it. And also... yeah, I was at one time planning on making a remade version of the program called Fortify so I could sit down and build things that I could add to a Rust game. And now I'm looking at Rust Legacy and finding out, yeah, you can use that to export a pattern of parts, if you can get the plugins for it, and make your own Rust Legacy server. And I'm thinking of doing it so that I can implement the whole map instead of just a puny part of it in the lower left-hand corner. So, why am I doing this video feeding the troll, etc.? I'm not. If you are dealing with somebody in the comment section anywhere on the internet, most of you have already figured out that it is a mind game being played by somebody who is treating people like chess pieces. These are predators. This is a predatory person. Doesn't matter if they put hacker in the name of their video channel or their profile says truther. They're just trolls. And more importantly, they're not just trolls. These are individuals that will expend a lot of effort because they need to in order to have power over people. These are profoundly miserable people in most cases. When I said, have you made any content lately, basically what I'm saying, if I'm being backhanded about it, which we'll just decide I am right now, you're coming along criticizing my video. Have you posted a video so you can be criticized? Are you that weak? And I'm using that word in a way that would trigger this kind of person. Now, another thing. This is one of a couple of people who at the same time, posted comments that I should stop whining about things. They're obviously tired of people complaining on the internet about how people are on the internet or how things are. And I understand that. It gets tiring. But it's what we do. We bitch and complain about things we have no power over. I can't make YouTube stop deliberately making the video skip. I can do all the hacks I want to on my copy of Firefox and on my computer in general, so it doesn't have the excuse. But the fact is that the website is deliberately making the experience crappy because they want to punish you for not paying for YouTube Gold Card version or whatever. And the reasoning behind that is it makes them money and nobody can sue them for it. It doesn't matter that it makes them look incompetent. It doesn't matter that it makes them look like they can't make their website work. It doesn't matter that the previous 8 revisions worked better, progressively better the further back you go, and had less problems. They don't care if they look like a bunch of bozos that can't write a program. Yes, I'm bitching and complaining about YouTube. Are you accepting of this? That's the other thing about it. Me complaining about wikis being badly... If I make a better version, I'm not complaining anymore. This is my prelude to, well, whining and complaining is a prelude to solving a problem. If you're actually going to do anything, that would be great. But if it isn't, then you are absolutely worth nothing and you should be criticized. So I will get on the stick more for this person, I guess. But again, this is a cut and paste formula to get under people's skins. Now, is this a productive troll? This is the question for the day. Because this is encouraging me to do the opposite of what they're saying. Aren't I just doing what they want me to, but they're lying about what they want me to do? Should we do this, double speak type of reverse psychiatry thing? Is this spoken word photography? The point is, why should I do this? Well, because in the video, just like I am now, I've stated that, honestly, if I can't find someone else who's done it, someone else has already done it. I found out after the video, someone else rebuilt the wiki for just Rust with all of the data pretty much duplicated. But it was duplicated including the broken data and outdated information and we don't know how this works, but here's our guess when it's been cleared up since then. So I may actually build this, and the way I would have to build it would be a separate website. Integrating it into my website and making it archived like I want to. So this may actually be something I can't do. Public disclosure. But anyway, FYI, I did learn to write programs, and I did learn to make video games, and I did learn to do them, but they would be like text adventures and a few graphics things. I did 3D modeling, but it was for doing stuff for other video games. I know how to mod Unreal Engine most, but any other game can be edited and modded most of the time. Started off with Doom, like a lot of people. But here's my question. My video I put up, if it's just me complaining, which people subsequently complained, that I was whining, or they felt insulted by the video. Okay, but this person didn't answer that. They just asked me if I did my drugs lately that they told me I should be taking. Maybe you could sell drugs or something. So I'm going to include a mostly verbatim copy of their comment. And yes, I did delete it. It's a non-productive comment, except for spurring on making a video like this that you can all complain about me doing, right? That actually would be appropriate at this point. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And this has been just answering questions with WebTech, which, again, This wasn't really a set of questions. This was a taunt, apparently. Bye.